Hello from Fine Arts. Today we're going to create this adorable bunny inspired by the book Little White Rabbit by Henkes, and our artistic focus is on rhythm and movement. So you could tell that the bunny is hopping in the grass. Now, I want to remind you that you have the freedom to change your own artwork. I posted lots of different bunny videos if you wanted to try something different. In fact, I did lots of different art. I tried this one, and I made this one, and I made one that goes the other direction, and I made this one. So I tried to make a bunny. I would say I made at least a dozen different pieces of artwork to get the right one for you. So remember that you are the artist and you can change it. I used watercolors, and I have my paintbrushes ready, my Sharpie, and my water cup. Okay, here we go. We're going to start by making a border. So, start on the left, go down, across, down, across. Put your name on the bottom right-hand corner. Every artist should sign their artwork. Okay, the first thing I did when I started this painting, I did a lot of attempts. I started with the flowers and the dandelions. We're going to start with this one right here. So kind of in the, not exactly in the middle, move over to the left, a little bit down. I start with a circle. I'm going to put some dots inside the circle, just a light tap, a whole bunch of little dots. Put dots around it. Okay, now I'm going to do a circle around the outside, but it is with little dots. Here we go. So this is the main dandelion. Cute. And then I drew 2 lines. 1, 2. Okay, and then there's another dandelion right here that goes around it. So doing a kind of like a little bit of a circle, add some dots, dots around it, and then the circular part. There we go, maybe it's still continuing. Okay, and then we're gonna do a dandelion over here, and you can do as many as you want. So I did my dots for the outside, and my circle, dots inside, dots around. Okay, over here I did another one, dots around, little circle, dots inside, dots around, and then another big one. And a circle in the middle, dots inside, dots around. Okay, then for these yellow flowers, I'm going to show you how I made those. So let's start with this one that's coming up. So right about here, we're going to do, it's kind of like a wiggly line. So we go up and we go wiggle, 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 wiggle. We come down. Okay, or maybe those look like 4 fingers. Then we're going to come here, and we're going to do another one, and we're going to do 1, wiggle 1, wiggle 2, wiggle 3, come down. So that's the top of the flower, the dandelion, and then it comes down and does the same thing like pokies. So that's the green part, and then we're going to draw 2 lines for the stem. There it is, there's one. Okay, we'll do another one over here. So think of them as little fingers, I guess, or I'm calling them wiggles. So 1, 2, 3, do as many as you want. There we go, there's the top part. Okay, then we're going to do a whole bunch of wiggles. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, these were inspired by Kevin Henkes' artwork. Okay, and then we come down and do the wiggles. 1, 2, 3. And then 2 lines that come down. Okay, and then let's do another one this way. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we connect, and then we go down. And we draw 2 lines. And the lines are not straight. They're meant to be curved to show that the wind is blowing. Okay, now this one comes up through it. So, how am I going to do that? Because this one's kind of in the way. So maybe we'll do it, I'm going to draw my line here. So like this. Like this line's going to come through, but I'm not going to touch it. And then there's the stem, and I'm going to do one more. So we're trying to show movement. Okay, now here it is right here. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wiggle. 1, 2, 3, 4. Connect them, and then I do my little triangles down. There we go. That's cute. Okay, and then there's another little yellow one here. There we go. And okay, let's see. Now, all of these branches or leaves, they just come up. So right here, I just did some little tiny, what would we call those? Like you're starting to make an A, and I drew some lines up here to come out to show that there's movement. And then over here, I did some of these branches too, so they kind of loop around, loop, and then I did some over here, and maybe there's some here, maybe there's a branch here, and maybe there's one here. There's leaves, and here's some more. So this is the green section, and here we go. There's one here. We have another flower right here going this direction. So wiggle, 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 wiggle. Triangle down, and then there we go. Okay, and just some more of these pointed. There we go, and maybe there's some lines here. Just go with it, however you're feeling. Okay, now, this dandelion right here is kind of blowing in the wind. So these look like little Ys. So we go like a little, like you're making a Y. So there's the start of it, and there's your line. So I just did some little ones. Notice that they're all going kind of sideways. Some of them are moved different directions to show that they're blowing in the wind. Maybe some of them have a line in it just to change it up. Okay, all right, now let's do the bunny. Okay, so I'm going to start with the face, and this looks like a big, kind of like egg shape, or maybe like the letter C. So right about here, I'm going to go around. Maybe this goes around a little bit more, and I put a dot here. There we go. Okay, now the bunny ear comes up and around, and this one comes up and around, and then this is another little Y, kind of like a big Y with a few lines right here, and this is another little Y right here. Okay, and the back of the head comes around this way, and then we're going to do the neck comes down, and we want it to look like our bunny is hopping. So here we're going to come down and do the leg. So we angle down, curve around, and back. Okay, and then this foot has a line, and then this other foot kind of comes out. We draw another line right there. And then here for the bunny body, we have the body that goes straight like this. And then I have the hind legs that are going to come around. And now the back of this is going to go around, back, and you might want to use a pencil for this. And then the tail is little curls. Here we go. And then the feet, we're going to come back around and curve, come down. And then it's going to curve and connect. There's one foot, then I draw another arc for another foot. There we go. Now, the lines are really going to help you see it. So put some arches right there, some lines on the back for the feet. And again, these are going to show movement, and they're not all going the same direction. Okay, a little bit of shadow, and then down here, they're kind of curved down. Over here, there we go, the neck, and right here, and back here also. Okay, cute. Once this is painted, it will also help. So this is going to create the illusion that the bunny is hopping. Okay, now the clouds, we're going to have one cloud go around the ear, so it's like a big bubble. So here we go, bubble, 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 all the way around. And these clouds are very horizontal. There we go, there's one bubble. Another cloud up here, it's part of it. Another cloud coming off the side, bunch of bubbles, and then another cloud coming over here. Okay, that looks like our bunny's hopping. All right, I think that looks great. Maybe add some more lines. Okay, get your paints because we're going to paint. Let's see. Okay, first thing I started with was yellow. And let's see, just scoot this over so you can see my color mixing. Okay, wake up your yellow. First thing I did was paint the top of the flowers yellow. One down here. Okay, now the grass I did with yellows and greens. So using that same color actually, the bunny's kind of hopping out in the fields that I used pinks. So I'm kind of just going to sprinkle some yellow in here. And notice I'm not filling it all the way in. And my brush stroke is like I'm filling it with lines. Just a little bit in the grass area. Okay, now wake up your green. I'm going to paint the stem of the flower solid green and the rest of that. And then also these leaves, I did kind of green. working on movement and rhythm. You can tell the bunny is hopping. All right. Now, I'm going to work on the dandelions. I used a very, very light blue. So you're going to put on your palette some light blue. You're going to add a lot of water. And besides a little light blue, I changed the color a little bit. So a little tiny black, just to change it. So it makes it look more like a gray blue. Ah, there it is. Okay, so again, a lot of water to make it light. Now, I went around the dandelion and I didn't fill it all the way in. I left some white part. And again, I used blue with a little bit of black to get the grayish blue. Okay, and I'm gonna leave some white, and then I'm gonna fill in this center. We're gonna come back and do that. Okay, over here, same thing, went around, followed that circle, and fill in the center. Okay, over here, same thing. Fill in the center, and then you're gonna go around the outside. Okay, I also use this color on the bunny rabbit to create shadow. Okay, so a little bit right here on the ear. Okay, and then I did the outside, kind of tracing around, so following these lines just a little bit so that it's not just a little bit on the feet, a little bit on the bottoms of the feet. Leave this part white, a little bit down here. There we go. So where these lines are, just to give it some dimension. And right here. Maybe a little on the ear. I'm gonna leave the tail white. Okay, I also used a little bit right here. Okay. And a little bit down here. Okay, now, let's do the rest of this grass. So now we're kind of the green and the yellow. So again, my stroke is kind of like green and yellow, and it's kind of just filling it in. The green and the yellow are lighter. So I'm just filling in. And I'm kind of just coming to the middle. This is all in the foreground where the flowers are. So I'm gonna just let those colors play off each other. Watching out for the dandelions. So I mixed yellow with green to get like a lime green. And again, I'm just kind of letting the yellow and the green kind of mix to create a different colored, it's almost like the flowers are blooming. And so it's beautiful pasture that the bunny's hopping through. Okay, now to get this pink color, I used red, but I added a lot of white. So on your palette, take your red and add a lot of water. Add water to it. And we're gonna do a little bit of it on the ear, right here. Okay, then take your red and watch what I do. I'm gonna sprinkle this in, doing lines above the green. Try not to mix the red and the green because you'll get brown because they're complementary. If you get the red on your bunny, watch, I can just pick that right up with water. And if it gets there, that's okay. Okay, and then I'm gonna come through, putting little red stripes underneath. So the darkest color is under the bunny of that pretty, just solid red. Then I'm gonna grab the light and fill it in. So it kind of mixes together. Ooh, that's so pretty. Here we go. And then light. So this is the middle ground. And you could put some water up here to kind of spread it. Okay, and maybe, okay, now the clouds, I used the light blue. Go back to that light blue, and the first thing I did was a line through here to show the shadow. So water with blue, and then I'm gonna do like a little bubble through here. Same thing on this one. Using my paintbrush just on the bottom. Okay, and then the sky I did the just straight blue, but then after I put some paint on there, I grabbed the water and I spread it around. So the water makes it lighter. So it'll look lighter in some spots, kind of like the clouds. So I put dark down, and then I spread it with my water. So the background, so the foreground is the flowers and the green grass. The middle ground is where the bunny is hopping with the pink or red kind of flowers, and then the background is the blue sky. And if you want to change your bunny picture, you can make it any way you want. And make a wish, because the dandelions are blowing in the wind. Okay, Little White Rabbit, inspired by the amazing Kevin Henkes. Hope you had fun in fine arts. Until next time, bye everybody!